Hello. Yeah. So it's been a decent while. Right. Basically, what I've been doing is, as I said last week, is just getting ready the my place on the Chaoscraft SMP. Because it's been a while. I haven't been on here since Guild SMP started, and then the whole thing with Discord happened, and I don't know if Uni's dissolved, but we don't really need to go into that right now. I've explained it in other streams, but I'm trying to look past it. Basically, what we're doing now is stream schedule is going to sort of be coming back on an unscheduled sort of time basis, if that makes sense. So streaming on specific days, not always guaranteed to happen on that day because I might have stuff coming up. Also, not always at the same time because I'm going to have stuff coming up like uni and stuff. I've actually got my little sort of playlist thing here, and essentially how it's going to work is on Mondays we're going to have Multiplayer Monday, which is going to be sort of Chaos or Minecraft Monday, because what I'm actually going to do is alternate between Chaoscraft and Shadowcraft. So we can do some farms and also do some SMP stuff, because then in the meantime of the days I'm not playing Chaos, there'll be stuff going on. That way there's a bit of a longer wait. It means I can do more stuff, especially with the massive project that's going on right now, which I've just remembered we're actually doing. On Tuesday is going to be hardcore Tuesday. Well, it's Tough Tuesdays, hardcore Tuesdays stream over here on the mobile again. And they could be silent, they could be with voice. It really depends on the timing of the episode and how much uniwork I've got and whether I've got it done or not. On Wednesday, it's always going to be Warframe Wednesday. That's just a thing that we do, I guess. It's one of my one of my cliches or one of my tropes, I guess. It's, Warframe Wednesday. That's always going to be happening. Thursday is going to be Warframe as well in the evening, if I can. Again, not always guaranteed and probably silent, but we'll also be doing like challenges and Halloween stuff that is currently on right now, because I want to get as many of the friggin' prizes as I can. Friday, as always, is going to be Assassin's Creed, because Fatality Friday. Woo! Yeah, slaying cultists and leveling up and grabbing cool tools and slightly raging at the game because the character won't stop locking onto stuff that I don't want it to lock onto. Yeah! Saturday is going to be Assassin's Day, pretty much Assassin's Creed, the same sort of thing. And Sunday, for now, is going to be Skate until I finish the preview and then get the actual game. And I'm, you know what, that new ramp on Skate, I'm going to do it as many times as I can. Like, I'm going to try it until it kills me, even if I can't do it. I've made it 3 times, I just can't get it in the 40 seconds. It's really annoying. Anyway, getting back to the SMP. Basically, just looking back on stuff that we've done so far, like actually getting back into this world since, what, like 2-3 months ago? From what I can see where we left off, basically we had a beacon set up with Haste 2, and what we're doing is basically mining out the top of the desert here under our massive cube project. For anyone who's here for like the first bit of the Chaoscraft SMP, you'll know kind of what's going on. If you're not sure, then obviously after stream, all the VODs, all the previous VODs from Chaoscraft are actually over on the YouTube, which is linked over here. So if you want to check them out, they are actually labelled as episodes, because the idea was I was going to do stream episodes at some point and then eventually move over to YouTube episodes with the Chaos SMP, which I started doing, and then uni started to come back in, and so basically we're going to just do streams again. And people might hop on at different times. I don't really know when people are going to be on. I think it's mainly in the evenings. Thursday evening is usually when a lot of people are about on multiplayer stuff over on here. So, we'll just have to see what interactions we get. But, just looking at my stuff, I mean, I'm doing pretty well for myself. I'd say we're about mid-game now. I don't know if the Ender Dragon ever got, like, fought or anything, because I'm pretty sure the end was still... please go away. Please go away. Oh, yeah, you're too fat. You can't fit through here. Hardcore's going to go so well, isn't it? I am going to be, like, stupidly overprotective on hardcore. It's going to be insanity. But what I've been doing, basically, is just cultivating my crops and earning some paper. Because what we need to do is, fix our tools. I basically hopped on here just the other day, and I was trying to basically just get back to where I was and do all my tools and stuff. I left to go do something without pausing the game, and I got blown up by a creeper, and then all my stuff despawned, and that included all my enchanted tools and all the amazing stuff that I got. Luckily, I have some wonderful villagers that are willing to trade all of that back to me. And actually, so I'm going to go get some emeralds. I do need a lot of glass for a project that's coming up, and it may need to include this actually as well. So I don't really mind trading my emeralds in for that. because we're basically just resuming the plans that we had before. We are literally just quite literally picking up where we left off, which is to build like a massive sand village, build like a giant dragon skull with an ultimate villager trading hall. And the best part of it is about this SMP, there's no restrictions on what we can do. With Guild, there was very sort of tight sort of column or like collection of stuff you could do involving certain things. Like we have complete control over villages, but we could only do librarians. And obviously that gets to a certain point where each faction can only do so much. And the problem with that is that, well, they can only do so much. And so at a certain point, there is pretty much nothing to do. And I'm wondering if that's also why the SMP dissolved. But skipping past that, it doesn't matter. We're back here, and it's better. And yeah, woo. But like I said, we're going to be switching between Shadowcraft and this every other Monday, just because I do want to do some more farms on Shadowcraft, especially when the update just came out. Copper Age is finally here, and it's on the SMP as well, so we can actually build our ultimate storage system over here on the SMP when we need to. Yeah, and it's really not that expensive. It just needs like a lot of redstone blocks and pistons and a lot of chests and a bit of water. Like it has literally no. It's how to describe it? It's called the half and half, but it's stupidly undercomplicated, but in a somewhat conflicted way, if that makes sense. Yeah. But it's a wonder. It's a wonder, and I really want to build it because I basically built it in a test world when the update was in beta, and you could like use the features of the copper golems. So I wonder if it will actually work in the proper game. But yeah, we just need to go ahead and trade a bunch of paper in to get a bunch of emeralds. But the emeralds are not our actual goal here. What we want is the XP from these guys, so that we can actually apply some books to some tools that we have in our inventory that you'll see in a minute. But basically, what I've done is got on efficiency, unbreaking, mending, all the good one villages in here, which is what the brown guys are. Why are you trading 43, you little rip-off schmuck? No, I don't want to. Oh, for God's sake, just trade the good trade. Thank you. Yeah, you're a good one. But what I really need is the XP for the tools. Really, it's not too much about the stuff, but I've got an anvil down here, which I just recently made. The only problem is we're running low on iron. So the plan today is basically we're going to do somewhat like early game stuff, but just because we're not really nuanced to this, but we're getting back into it. So what I plan to do is mainly go do a bit of mining and then probably get to work on the project and also just reassess our plans and the area and everything and trying to explain what was going on before we someone departed. Almost said deported. Before we departed from the SMP a couple months ago. So if we pop over this way, here we go. Right, so we have our pickaxe there. We just need to do the shovel, which is we're gonna do. I think it's efficiency first, and then it's you always put the most costly things on first, because then it decreases the price of the others. 5 plus 7 is 12, so that's unbreaking. We don't. I think mending's only 1. But yeah, so we just need 12 and 1. So we need 13 more XP just to upgrade this stuff, which shouldn't really take long because, well, this is essentially just maniacal madness. What we're going to do is just basically run amok up and down here a couple of times, and we'll get all the sugarcane we need. And I think the other aspect of what this is going to be is in the meantime, like behind the scenes when I'm not streaming this, I'm going to try and go on this world for at least like half hour, maybe an hour every day. Only problem is it weirdly won't connect at uni. Like you can play, they've got Xbox and consoles at uni because I'm doing a Games Art course, but yeah, you can't connect to external servers or like SMPs outside uni, which does make sense to be fair. It's kind of like what schools used to have, or still do have, like you can't play games and stuff. There's like a internet blocker. But yeah, so any time off camera, I'm going to basically be expanding this so we can get more and more XP quickly. And to be fair, this is only actually, I should explain, this sugarcane farm, it's actually only a quarter of the entire farm I want to build. And like this little patch here is only this little patch that I've got built here currently is only an eighth of the size of the actual sugarcane farm I want to build, which is fucking crazy. Yeah, the cube that I built up top is I built that in like early survival. It took me about what 2-3 weeks to do. But it is essentially just a bunch of lines that converge into a cube within 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 a cube, all the way to the center where my tiny little house is. And I should just mention this is only a starter base, so I plan to do like way more massive stuff. And even myself, I was questioning how am I going to make this better. See, mega bases, they don't always have to be one singular structure. And so what I'm going to do for a mega base is essentially split up a bunch of different structures. And it is pretty much going to be the ultimate trading hall with a bunch of other functions, including storage and stuff. So it's going to be lag central. But it is going to be stupidly mega, I guess, in a way. Now, we aren't getting as much sugarcane. The only problem is, because people haven't been on of late because of the Guild SMP, this stuff hasn't grown in a while. And I've explained this before. The best thing about having SMP farms on an SMP, especially ones like this, is because they're so big, they're always loaded in chunks that players are in. Because we've got like neighbors on here that are like really like on border with us. So basically the farms will grow when you're not on the SMP, but because people haven't been on, they haven't really been growing. But I AFK'd here overnight, and so some of it has grown a little bit. But you kind of need multiple people on to make this thing grow, because it splits into different areas. As you can see, it's not like fully rendering down there. But there is someone off to what would be our right now, and then someone like over to the back left as well, who have got bases. The only problem we're having right now is the lighting problem, which is why we're getting rid of the roof. Basically, the only problem is with having torches down here is that the lag is going to be stupid. So the idea is essentially to take out this roof, put a bunch of glass over top, mimicking the symbols for these sort of items that these things drop. And then basically making map art of it and then putting it in the floor down here. So I know which bit is where. And then we're also going to put like animal pens in the side of the bottom bit here as well. So we basically just have like an all-embracing farming bit of pretty much every, I guess, base resource that you need as like an essential thing. If you wonder why this is all ice, I had Frostwalker at some point, but you know when I mentioned earlier when I died by a creeper and all my stuff despawned, yeah, they went with it apparently. Which I was really quite annoyed about because they took ages to get, and they were a natural find, so they weren't enchanted. But yeah, just mining away the sugarcane and then doing a bit of mining ourselves. Oh, my bed's here. I'm gonna set my spawn there real quick. Actually, tell you what, we'll pick that up and take it with us because I've been wondering where my bed is, and I've been dying. I have died quite a couple times since I've been on here. Over the week, which is why my XP is so low. But I mean, other than that, we've been doing pretty well. just mining away. I should mention. Oh yeah. So in terms of timing today, we've got about an hour on here because I'm going up to uni, not because I need to, more because I want to. Basically, we had Societies Fair last week, and I joined up with the LGBTQ Society. Woo! Also, painting and fashion. For anyone who doesn't know, I do a little bit of modelling on the side, here and there. I like the idea of old fashion and some other aesthetics. And I try to incorporate them into my OCs and characters a bit as well. And I might be wearing a bit of that to Comic-Con London, which is literally 2 weeks away, and I've got the cosplay almost done, and I'm really excited. Yeah, the cosplay is like massively stepped up as well. So we had a helmet that we wore to TwitchCon. If anyone didn't see, again, it's over on YouTube, linked here. Yeah, for some reason, whenever I go to TwitchCon, it doesn't let me stream there. Like, the stream would just cut out, but I'll see other people streaming, and it'll, like, just be absolutely fine for them. So I don't know exactly what's going on there. Also, you can't, like, I haven't got a mic that picks up the noise. It will literally just be all background noise, and you'll barely able to hear me at all. But yeah, so I when I go to conventions and stuff, I will generally just do like vlogs and things that I'll post on the YouTube. But basically, for TwitchCon this year that went by in about June, July time, I had cosplay that I took with me, which I essentially made the night before and then coloured in my car on the way there. I took the train over, drove up, had a whole thing with the car and stuff. We don't need to really get into that. Again, it's all in the vlog. But yeah, that was wicked. And I basically, what I've done since I got back is actually upgraded that cosplay massively. I've drawn out a new plan. I've drawn out plans for wings. I've drawn out stuff for cape, for shoulder pads, for friggin' like a chest plate that has a retractable sword. And yeah, it's like a whole thing. It's a whole character. And it is actually based off a D&D profile I made quite a while ago. Speaking of which, that's actually a nice turnaround, actually. Yeah, I'm going into uni today, not only to do some 3D asset creation for our sort of 3D fundamentals of our games art course. I'm going to play D&D, or like a slight off turn of D&D. It's called Mothership RPG, and it's essentially sort of D&D like base. It's like the base of D&D, like it's like the idea of D&D, but it's sci-fi horror in space. Think like Alien or Alien Earth or Predator or something like that. It's kind of like that, but you can make some like really, really cool twists and turns and stories and stuff. I made a character last night. I'm playing as an android, and I've rolled on my skills. I've actually randomized everything, which is always quite fun when you're making D&D characters or stuff for TTRPGs, tabletop roleplay games. Yeah, it's always fun to sort of randomize your character. I mean, you can fully customize them yourself, but most likely I would just end up like maxing them out completely. But yeah, and it's also, I guess it's really fun to randomize as well, because I do generally, whenever I do characters like this, I tend to like draw them and like make art for them as well. So randomizing it in its features is really quite fun, because you never know quite what you're going to get, and then drawing that is always quite a challenge, but the end result is always quite wicked for me as well. And speaking of art and everything, so Halloween is on the horizon. So not only have we got Comic-Con, which is on the 24th to 26th, I'm going all 3 days, with a couple different cosplays, actually. We're going to have one on one day, one on the next, and then one on the third and final. You have to wait and see for those, because I'm going to be vlogging it. Hell yeah. But yeah, coming back to the art side of things, I guess that's a nice little draw on. Basically, nice little draw on. Fuck's sake. Oh god. No. Getting back to the point. Halloween and stuff. I might be doing an art stream, and we may just be doing some like really like unnerving horror art. For anyone who doesn't know, like, well, I'm doing a games art course, so I thought that was a bit kind of insightful. I am a bit of an artist myself, and I draw a lot of the dragons and monsters and creatures and concept stuff. I like doing a bit of architecture and things like that too. Love photography. I'm possibly considering doing pumpkins on here, but also adding like clay elements, like making it really like horrific. Or we could do a dragon. Or possibly what we could do is drawing, a bit of clay making, and also on top of that, a bit of animation and possibly some pumpkin carving as well around the Halloween season. Around the Halloween week is what I meant, because it is Halloween season. It's Spooktober. Around the Halloween sort of thing. Also around that time, you may have seen already, but I've got like lightning overlays on my streams, not over on here because we're playing on mobile, but over on console and stuff with like skate and everything we've done so far, I've got lightning overlays on my stream, which are basically like a ready up for Halloween, because I've been behind the scenes making like bits and emotes and sort of little things that you guys can interact with the streams. They're all like Halloween themed, like monstery and creaturey, which I think is going to be awesome. So I can't wait for that. But yeah, it's going to be absolutely wicked. And obviously, I can't wait to see other people's cosplay at Comic-Con as well, because I might end up drawing some of theirs, but in more monstrous kind of themes and tunes. And what I actually plan to do, I don't know if a lot of you have seen this. I have a skateboard, which is basically just a deck. I have the deck of a skateboard, which is basically just plain, except it's not. What I've been doing over the past year is every sort of event and con I've gone to where there's just mass amounts of people from a bunch of different backgrounds and kind of areas and stuff like. So basically, TwitchCon, I took it to Pride with me. I'm going to be taking it to Comic-Con. I took it to friggin' music festival at the start of the year. basically, it's a skateboard deck that I've just been getting filled out by a bunch of different people, with just like as many drawings as I can. And it's honestly been insane so far. We've got so many different ones. I've got like a couple of my own on there, just like to fill up some space. But what I plan to do is, because Comic-Con is technically be my last sort of con of the year or event of the year that I'm going to, unless there's one after that. We're going to try and fill out the rest of the space over the 3 days. Just get as many people on there as we can. And yeah, it should be absolutely wicked. And then what I'm going to actually end up doing is by December time, or in the new year possibly, is adding another layer, painting over all the drawings, like actually painting onto it because I got Posca markers. Then going ahead and varnishing it again, make sure it's properly stuck down so nothing peels off. We're going to chuck some wheels on it, chuck some grip on it, and then we're going to go skating with it, because I know how to skate. I've never done it on video, and I'm a bit nervous about that, because obviously when you do stuff on video, the pressure is quite a lot higher than when you're just doing it by yourself, which is it's the same with skate as well. When I'm playing skate, I'm usually quite good. Whenever it comes to turning stream on, I'm just apparently shit at it, and that's just how it is apparently. It's pressure. It's pressure. It's right. What the fuck? Wait, what? Oh, you're overbid on me, don't I? Wait, is that? Oh, there is paper in here. Okay, cool. I guess I'll just go sleep somewhere else then, because apparently these guys don't want to sleep with me. That is not what I meant to say. No. No, let's just pass off. Let's just pass off on that. Okay. We're gonna go chuck our bed down here and sleep away from them. Not sleep next to them. That's what I meant. We're not gonna sleep next to them. There we go. Cool. Right, and now what we can do is just pop back in here. Hey guys, can I have I want your shiny green things. I want your shiny green things. Give me your shiny green balls. I want your balls. Give me your balls. Yeah. I want your shiny green. Well, there's more 2 types of shiny green balls. You have these shiny green balls. Oh, they disappeared. Oh. And then you have these shiny green juicy balls. Oh shit! Wrong trade. Oh no! Stop slipping. Yay! Shiny green juicy balls. Yeah. Yeah. You want paper as well? Oh goddamn! You're a fucking. I'm gonna have to haggle you. Why have you got no, like, oh, unless you haven't been able to reset, that might be. Yeah, I haven't got enough beds in here, I don't think. I had an incident with a baby zombie, and it turns out hard wasn't on during that time, and a lot of them died, which was quite sad, actually. And I've lost my mending guy. I don't think people talk enough how hard it is to actually get, like, some of the, like, the time and kind of effort it goes into just to get specific villager traits. It's stupendous. It's insanity. I'm not saying that Minecraft has changed it, because obviously it's completely randomized what you're going to get, but I think you have to go through. You don't have to go through it. It's like a chance thing. It's like 1 in 500 to get efficiency 5. So yes, I did literally go through 396 villager options just to get an efficiency 5 guy. That is how far, and that is how much effort I've put into doing this. Imagine how much effort I put into the Ultimate Trading Hall over on Shadowcraft. Absolute insanity. Oh my god, you can see my little cat face. I'll explain the skin at the end. We'll get around to it eventually. As many of you have been probably wondering. Actually, have we got anything in the furnaces? Because again, I haven't been on her in a while, so I don't know if there's just random shit in the furnaces. No, we're all clear. Okay, cool. Right, and then what we're going to do is you go chuck this in here. Actually, I might make all these into emerald blocks, because there's a chance I can make a second beacon. Oh, I can make a sextuple beacon, which is like 10 in, I think. Yeah. Yeah, because a hexagonal hextuple beacon would be... a hextuple would be 6 beacons, but a sextuple is 10, which is weird. I don't know why it's sextuple for 10. It's strange. I don't know. Maybe the people were just particularly, you know... oh, we've got over 13. Oh, we've got just enough. Come on, let's go. Right, so what we need to do now is basically just chuck that, and then we just chuck this on here like that. And then that was pretty much just enough, apparently. Oh, what the fuck? Why is that more now? Oh, yeah, because it's the last one, for fuck's sake. Well, I guess we're going to go do some more sugarcane mining. Yay! Yeah, so what we'll probably do then is just thinking about it. How much time we got left? So we're about, what, 30 minutes in? What we'll do then is go do a ton bit of mining, probably some strip mining, and maybe a bit of cave mining if we can, without dying. Hey, that rhymed! Yeah! It's a poet, didn't know it. Hey, that rhymes as well. Yeah, so we'll go do a bit of mining, and then we'll probably come up here, do a bit of sand clearing, and then we need to... I'll just do a little... Actually, tell you what, we'll go do a bit of a tour first. No, wait. We'll go do a bit of mining, then we'll do a tiny bit of a tour, just to recap ourselves and you guys on what we plan to do here. Then we'll go do a bit of sand clearing, and then we'll start to kind of expand the sugarcane farm a bit more. Because it is... Basically, the majority of what we're going to be doing off stream is going to be the boring stuff. I kind of will save like the building and stuff for on stream, whereas like this kind of mining away the sugarcane and placing it all back in, and mining away the sugarcane and placing it all back in, expanding the farms and digging out a massive like quintillion block area full of sand. Yeah, it's not really like stream. Well, I guess to be fair, if you wanted to do like a grind stream, yeah, fair enough. But because these are like technically episodes, I guess I kind of want to do like more exciting stuff, like building dragons and also biological stuff, and also massive fucking village of trading halls and skulls and like a whole village made of sand, which is yeah. So basically everything with this area, and I think I realized this early game when starting the SMP, the way that I wanted to go about things. I've never survived in a desert, but something cool about this place and the way that I've been doing this sort of playstyle is that everything is in some sort of loop. So by digging out this area where the sugarcane is now, I used all that sandstone to go ahead and make the actual cube itself, right? Then what's going to happen now is when I mine out this entire roof above us, all of that sandstone is going to be repurposed into houses. All of this sugarcane is being mined down and repurposed not only into itself as a farm, but also to the villagers as paper, which I get XP for, which I can then fix up my tools with to get more sand and more sugarcane. And basically, it's just one big renewable loop, essentially. And it is quite an interesting way to play, and it's possibly how I'm going to do hardcore. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that on hardcore, I'm just going to make a massive sugarcane farm like this. However, I feel like on hardcore, you have the kind of freedom, like you obviously have the freedom on all worlds to go a bit crazy, but you're not really risking your life on non-hardcore worlds. So hardcore, I feel like you have to go to the fullest as far as you can go, like the craziest, stupidest stuff, even if it's risking your own life, you gotta do it because you've only got one life. And it is kind of a bit of a reflection on real life, I guess. You only have one life, unless you're secretly immortal and some sort of vampire, but not judging. Yeah, so just make the most of it, I guess, and kind of do the best you can, do the craziest, biggest, best stuff. Some of it might be a risk. Obviously, we don't want to go too far and actually die and then lose the entire world, which we'll get to spectate in, but I think it's more cathartic to delete it and just move on, because otherwise you're being constantly held back by the other one. But yeah. Hardcore is a bit like real life. Just thought of that analogy now. It's kind of... Fuck. We're all gonna die someday. Could die tonight. I could die I don't know. You know what, let's not jinx it. And yeah, cool. Let's just leave that there. Cool. Yeah. We're almost there. We just need a tiny bit more. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'd say this last line should be just enough. We just need to do one last line. We just need to take in one last line, and then we can probably go off, make the white stuff, and Make some more white stuff, not the powder, the sheets, and then we can go trade it with the villagers. Get some sweet currency, and then just go ahead and get those sick little enchants. Yeah. Oh, I should just mention in terms of like I forgot to mention the other schedule. So basically, with or additionally with like episodes and stuff over on YouTube, because I have some scheduled there too. Pretty much how it's going to work is, because I used to have a thing where I do episode, hardcore, theory, hardcore episode, and then basically repeat that like 5 things in a row. What we're going to be doing now is something a bit different. We're going to be doing an episode, a hardcore, a theory, and then cutting it, an episode, a hardcore, a theory, and basically just repeating that over and over and over again. And it just means less strain on the time between making stuff. Because what I've started to notice is that I had some really good eps back in... Oh wait, I don't have the XP yet. I had some really good eps in the in August the other year. And it was sort of a time before when episodes were moving closer together. And so what I took a 5-month break between one episode and another, and it really did not like reflect well on my ability to make them. What I'm trying to say is by having the making of episodes closer together, I don't forget the way to make them, and it's... What I've also realised is it kind of, like, I procrastinate a lot more when it comes to making episodes now. Like, I've got this to do when I've literally got nothing to do because I've done all my uni work and stuff. Or I'll go play Battlefront instead of making an episode. But I think the reason behind it is because I've had such a long gap between making, like, a properly good one and a slightly shitter one recently that my kind of know-how of how to do it has kind of just dropped a bit. So what I'm going to try to do is put basically episodes a bit closer together, and hopefully it should kind of motivate me a bit more to get back on top. I also might have burnout from Minecraft a bit as well, from like the guild SMP and all of everything that's going on. But to be fair, I've had my good majority of like other games being played, obviously like Warframe and all of that. So yeah. We found a good balance, and I found the balance with uni work, which is the best part about this. I found the balance between actual work, which can basically happen at random because it's like holiday camps, schools and stuff, along with uni work, as said, and also alongside that, streaming and gaming and YouTube and all of that. I found a balance between all three, which is absolutely perfect because it finally means that we can like fully embrace everything properly. And hopefully with that, the morale and stuff will go up again. I'm not saying I'm like completely like... I don't know how to put this. Like, I want to make a video, I go to make a video, I plan making a video, I plan all the scenes for a video, I then go to make the video, I'm like, oh, and then I just walk away. And then it takes me about 3 days to actually start doing it. And I do end up just procrastinating quite a lot. But I'm hoping to snap out of that mood, and I've kind of done that. I've done the snap out a bit with something else recently as well, which is yeah. But yeah, hopefully we can just get back on track, is what I mean to say. Anyway, we've got our pickaxe fixed up. What we need to do now is basically just grab a bunch of coal from one of these furnaces, a shit ton of sticks, a bunch of shit sticks, which I should have laying about somewhere. Oh yeah, we're in a desert. We don't have any wood. I swear we had chunks of... I used to have loads of wood. Where'd all my wood go? Who stole my wood? Who's yanked my wood? Who's yanked my wood? Who's been yanking my wood? Where is it gone? It should be here somewhere. I swear I had like stacks of ones. Yeah, it's fucking like loads of logs. Oh no, I'm thinking of guild. Yeah. So the problem, I don't know if this was like an insert to the game or just because we were like cross-playing on Java and Bedrock, but basically on the Guild SMP, if you broke a tree, it would break like a single block of a tree, whether it be leaves or log, it would break the entire tree, but it had to be with an axe. And I would just have stacks upon stacks of wood. I remember now, I don't have any wood on here because I'm in a fucking desert. Which means we are gonna have to go get some, unfortunately. Oh, damn it. Because I'm pretty sure I mined all the trees over here. Yes. Shit. I mean, to be fair, we only need like half a stack to make the amount of torches we need. We don't need loads. Have there no trees? Oh, there's trees over here. Hello, Sheppy. I'm gonna kill you. Yeah! Oh no, he actually died. I didn't mean that. I meant as a joke. Oh no. What have I done? This is my bridge. I think it must be, yeah. Oh yes, it's definitely my bridge. Yeah. There was a point I was building like a biodome, and then I just completely gave up on it. Because we started to play on Guild, and then the whole thing with Discord happened, but I try not to do it on the past, but I keep bringing it back up, because it keeps re-entering my memory, because I keep thinking about Scalescraft, and I keep thinking about the Guild SMP, and it keeps coming back up again, but we just don't need to, we're just gonna, we don't need to, yeah, we're just gonna leave that. Yeah. It's fine, it's fine, it's totally fine. Just needs to look on the road ahead. And, yeah. Oh, also, secret little projects. Well, it's not really a secret little project. It's more just a sort of personal thing I got on the side. Basically, over on here as well, I've got a creative world where I'm basically going to hop on every couple of days. And the whole point of that creative world is basically I just hop on and build whatever I want. It is essentially just like having an open sketchbook, pretty much. And the idea is if I see somewhere I want to build like a house or a dock or like a monster or something, I just go ahead and do it. And the whole idea for me there is essentially just go ahead and like up my building game again. Like I'm at a point where I can do detail and stuff, but I feel like my composition in terms of building has dropped a bit. And so what I plan to do is basically just get back on there, start building every now and then. And I could possibly in the future like use some of those creative structures to inspire things or like rebuild them in like actual survival worlds for like proper use, because the things that I'm going to be building, they're not just going to be like hollow shells of buildings. Like they're actually going to have interiors and decoration, all of that. And that is something I kind of want to get better at as well in terms of building on this game, is doing interiors. Like I can do exteriors and textures and gradients and all of the detail really well. Like when it comes down to the point of like making, I don't like a drill or a robot, or I don't like a lorry or a truck or a windmill. Like the detail and like using blocks in a way they shouldn't be used, but in a way that they show like so much more detail, I can do really well. But it's the interior side of that that I always quite found quite hard, and it's a big part of that, I guess, is the spatial awareness. When you're building interiors in such a like detailed house, the detailed outside has got to have a backdrop. And when it has a backdrop, it makes the actual rooms inside much smaller, and so it's much harder to fit stuff in. It's also much harder to build stuff with realism when you realize just how big some of the blocks are in the game as well. But yeah, it's also I'm going to start building like little sort of separate things outside of houses. There'll just literally be like a random toilet somewhere, or I don't know, like some other bits here and there. But they're essentially just going to be basically little experiments. Basically, big old creative world full of experiments so that I can practice my building and getting better at it once again. I do love a bit of terraforming as well. It's absolutely wonderfully fun to do. Right, we've got all these sticks now. We don't actually need to run back over because all we can do is just go and make this into wood and make this into a bunch of sticks and make a bunch of shitty torches. Woo, yeah, woo. Right, and now what we can do is go and put all these sticks into another chest somewhere. And then once that's done, we can go mining. Yeah, woo. A little principle of the game. It's called fucking Minecraft. Ha. Ba-ba-da-ba.